Harvey. Thanks, guys.
Dan through to the grand final. How does that feel?
Yeah, great. It feels good. You never get bored of it. So, no, really pleased. This was, I'm sure the Reds would have said from last year, this is the tough one to get through. You know, against a side that had a bit of momentum and put us under pressure at times. So, a little bit of dew out there tonight, which made it difficult for our handling at times. Let us down, but yeah, super excited for next Saturday night.
You said that all talk of the Reds in the final has been banned for the last little while, but how exciting is it to get another shot at them, because that rivalry has really taken off the past couple of years?
Yeah, no, it would have been incredibly disappointing not to have got that third opportunity. So I've said a number of times we've led for 156 out of 160 minutes, and there's just some critical moments there that we lost, and they were good enough to take. But we'll see how they go next week when we apply a whole lot of pressure.
Slips, pistol, and Flair all came off. You came back. You know how bad they might be?
No, not at the moment. But yeah, there's obviously a couple of concerns there. But if they're not right, then we just back whoever's next, ready to step up. So yeah, fingers crossed. But we won't dwell on it if they miss out. We'll be disappointed for the boys because they've all been good for us. But we'll wait and see what the medicos have to say.
Luke Rema got his shot tonight and got that turnover with about 8 to go. How pleasing was that?
Very pleasing at the time because we needed it. It was, I think they put us out by 9. That turnover. So you're just good to a young bloke who's been patient, worked hard. You can sit there at training from one day to the next and think, geez, I'm not going to get a crack here. And all of a sudden he's debuting in a semi-final. He's been excellent for his club, and he got half a dozen of those turnovers last week against Vikings. So, yeah, really pleased for him and his family.
Al, for you and the boys out there, how special did that feel towards the end?
Yeah, mate, it was very special. And I think what was special about it was just the way that we grinded it out. You got to give credit to the force. We wanted to take our chances in the second half when they were down a man, but they defended really well and they managed to put us back under pressure. So I think the way that we came out there in the second half and got those crucial turnovers towards the back end was huge learning for us and definitely a growth area that we've been working on the last few weeks, and probably going to need that again next week.
Dan mentioned the leads that you've had over the Reds this year. Like, how much of a motivation is that going into this week?
Oh, it's a great motivation, and I think what's great about it is that our last game against them was over there in Suncorp, so we know what it's like. We've experienced the atmosphere, and it's probably going to be a sold-out crowd, which the boys would be excited about. So a lot of learnings from that game, a lot of learnings from this game, but a lot of positives for us going forward.
What's this game? This is going to be probably a different game. What do you expect from the Reds this week? You take some confidence out of this, despite being maybe more clunky than you thought?
Yeah, I think there's, as I said before, there's a lot of positives out of our last game. The game just gone, but the Reds are a side that pride themselves on their set piece, and their big ball carriers, and their physicality around the park. So those are all areas that we'll probably talk about throughout the week and make sure that that we have that areas of the game locked down.
Good to get a grinding game, and it's good to get a grinding game like that out of the way before you go to the final, rather than going into that after a week off.
Oh yeah, we've had a few of them. There's been a few grinds over the last few weeks. So it prepares you well. I think the opposition next week are very different to what we faced against the Rebels and had the bye, and then obviously the Force. I thought we defended. The Force didn't look like scoring a try tonight, so got a lot of confidence in our defence. We know that we'll need to defend well against the Reds to shut down their individual threats and their offload game. So, but we'll take a lot of confidence out of tonight.
Anything that comes to mind straight away that you need to work on as a bit of a priority?
Handling errors and turnovers. Someone mentioned 16 turnovers there, which is a lot for us. But as I said, the conditions played a part. But we've got to be a bit smarter there. But I don't think we'll get that same sort of due in Brisbane.
Super Rugby finals on the road have always been hard to win for 26 years. If you happen to get there next week, where's that going to rate?
Oh, it'd be enormous. Yeah, it's we'll enjoy this one more than last year, without a doubt. Just because we've got a lot of respect for the opposition and we understand the challenge that is ahead of us. So, but yeah, it'd be incredibly rewarding to the group and the staff, the players and the staff. And you know, we focus on that now. We'll recover well and review thoroughly and put in place a strategy and some tactics that we think will go up there and get the job done.
Rob Valentine, once again, I think was named man of the match towards the end of that game. What do you make of his game, his development over this whole Super Rugby season?
He's as an individual, I just feel like he's matured. He's grown up a lot, Robbie. He's always had that potential. But I remember having a conversation with Dave Rennie about him in the past, and he's a genuine world-class player. He had the potential to be, and now we're starting to see that week in, week out. He's got a leadership role within our group around defence, which he's really owned. He's got more of a voice within the group now, as does Len Ikitau, and he's thriving off the back of that. But as I've said before, it comes off the back of his consistent training, preparation, day in and day out, and yeah, just really happy and proud of him, to be honest.
And heading into next week's final, is there anyone that should be always expect to be a valuable selection? Maybe it's Tom Cusack perhaps back for next week?
Again, I'd need to get an update there, but selection's hard every week, so this week will be no different. But yeah, obviously back row wise there, we've had a couple of injuries, so we'll see where Tommy's at. But we don't rely heavily on individuals as a group. We've got a system in place, and we just ask someone to step up and play their role within the system.
Valentine's actually shown pretty good versatility to go to 8.
Yeah.
So if Pete's out, that's the obvious call.
Yeah, well, I think if you asked Rob, he'd say his preferred position, you know, probably was 8. You know, gives him opportunity off the back of a good scrum as well. So yeah, he'll cover that role without any issue if he's selected there, and if Pistol's not right. But as I said, we'll hope for good news around a couple of sore bodies there.
Harvey, thanks, guys.
Thanks all.